Plans are underway to remove an iconic and controversial monument that has stood in the former capital of the Confederacy for 130 years. The statue of General Robert E. Lee in Richmond, Virginia, has been a potent symbol of the Civil War, the Confederacy, and for many, racism and oppression. Yesterday, Governor Ralph Northam, who had his own racial controversy over a blackface photo, announced that the statue will be taken down. The war heroes of the Confederacy have long lined Richmond's Monument Avenue. The biggest of all, 6 stories high, the statue of General Robert E. Lee has stood since 1890.
Yes, that statue has been there for a long time, but it was wrong then, and it is wrong now.
Governor Ralph Northam said Virginia could no longer honor a system that supported slavery.
So I am directing the Department of General Services to remove the statue of Robert E. Lee as soon as possible.
The monuments have become a focal point of protests in the aftermath of George Floyd's death. Wednesday night, an image of Floyd was projected on the base of the Lee statue.
We're glad they're taking action and they're taking what we're saying seriously. So we're glad to hear that our voices are being heard finally.
I hope that it's not just performative. I hope that real change actually comes.
The former capital of the Confederacy raised the monument to General Lee 25 years after the South lost the Civil War. A crowd of 150,000 came out in 1890.
But from the beginning, there was no secret about what the statue meant. Almost every one of those 150,000 people waved Confederate flags that day.
Even General Lee's descendant, the Reverend Robert W. Lee IV, backed the decision.
This statue is a symbol of oppression, and if it is a symbol, it becomes an idol, and if it becomes an idol, I am convinced as a Christian that the idols must be torn down.
Supporters of the monuments immediately protested. State Senator Amanda Chase, a Republican candidate for governor, reacted on Facebook.
It's all about shoving this down people's throats and erasing the history of the white people, and I think that's wrong.
But Richmond's mayor, Levar Stoney, wants all the Confederate statues removed.
I don't believe they should be on grand boulevards like Monument Avenue. I think they should be found in museums and cemeteries and battlefields.
The artist Kehinde Wiley came face to face with them for the first time a few years ago. What did you see?
I saw a spectacle that felt dreadful. To be in a black body walking through the streets of Richmond and to see something that signifies the enslavement of your people, that's a little bit more heavy duty.
Wiley, best known for painting President Obama's portrait, answered with a monument of his own, a 27-foot-high bronze sculpture of a young black man on horseback, unveiled in December at Virginia's Museum of Fine Arts in front of thousands.
Who is this man? Well, he's anyone and no one. I think it meant a lot to me to be able to say that in the 21st century, we as a society can say yes to a monument to a young black man in a hoodie.
You want your statue to be speaking back to those statues?
I want my statue to be speaking back to the people looking at those statues. It makes sense to have something exist on a monumental level because this is a monumental conversation that this country needs to have.
The state of Virginia owns the land the statue of General Lee stands on, but the other Confederate statues are all on city property. Next month, when a new law allowing cities to decide the fate of monuments goes into effect, Mayor Stoney will move to have them all taken down. Gail?
Yeah, you can never erase history, Anthony, but I think people who support this decision are saying it's never too late to do the right thing. Thank you very much. Ahead,
Yeah.
Vladimir Duthier looks at the stories. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I wanted to mention the statue of General Lee will be put into storage, Gail, for the time being while they decide where it's going to end up.
Yeah, I think a museum would be a nice place.